forget poor Norma Jean. The past is what I'm rising above. The future is there on screen. That's me on screen.
I'd say we wrote almost every single song for Smash in this room.
One we wrote in a bathroom in London for the finale.
Yes. And Moving the Line we wrote over the phone. I was in LA.
You were in LA, right?
But this is where we wrote Let Me Be Your Star.
But it wasn't the first song that was written for Smash. When we got the, right? Am I right?
If you say so.
Okay.
Fading on a girl with a hunger for fame and a face and a name to remember.
This song would have been written by Julia and Tom.
Yes. And like every other song after that, our songs always then were half about Marilyn and her life, but half about what was happening on each episode. So that's why there isn't a musical of Bombshell, because these songs all aren't exactly what would have been a musical that we were writing just from the get-go with only about Marilyn and Joe DiMaggio and Arthur Miller.
No, it had to serve two masters.
This one worked out really well because it was about, wanting to be a star like Marilyn, and also about these two girls wanting it.
Right.
So it actually has an intro that's only heard on the Bombshell soundtrack, which I'll sing now.
The girls sang it in the Bombshell concert.
Right. It started that. It's very, very low. It's very low for the girls, and an octave lower, it's really low for me, but it goes something like this. So another man says that he can't compete, that he can't love a moving target. So another affair gets an incomplete. Well, it's time to adjust my plan. 'Cause when I'm up there on the silver screen, I can make the whole world one Norma Jean. Wow. So I can have the love of a single man, but a million or more, well, that I can. And then began the song as most of us know it now. But first we wrote, the first song lyric we wrote was much more Marilyn-centric, which we, 13 years later, went into the vault and found, because we had the idea of starting Smash, the Broadway musical, with a kind of overwritten song that was more about Marilyn's life. Bob Greenblatt gave us a great note. He said, I love the song, guys, but could you rewrite the lyric to be less about everything about Marilyn? So he said, think of Don't Rain on My Parade, which ends the first act of Funny Girl. And except for what she says, hey, Mr. Ornstein, here I am, nothing else in that whole entire song mentions Fanny or Nick or the Ziegfeld Follies or the 1910s or the 1920s. It's just about a woman who has a goal. And
so we went back and took and tried to make it more universal as opposed to Marilyn-centric.
So, I mean, it used to have like a fade in on a man all alone in the dark till her gaze turns his spark into fire. It takes just one glance of her style and romance to fill up his soul. This girl's in control. Anyway, that then became fade in on a girl with a hunger for fame and a face and a name to remember. The past fades away because as of this day, Norma Jean's gone. She's moving on, and that's our Hey, Mr. Ornstein. That's it. Her smile and your fantasies play a duet that will make you forget where you are. The music starts playing. It's the beat of her heart saying, let me be your star. Take it.
I'm not the singer.
He never sings. And it goes on from there, and builds and builds and builds. And so we sent all these songs to Megan and Kat. And although throughout the first 2 seasons and the only 2 seasons of Smash, we recorded every vocal right where you're standing. That one we actually did go to recording studio.
Right.
We were at the
Power Station.
Power Station.
It was a long time ago and many singers ago.
And we worked it out, like what key would it be in? You know, I had a track created that we could change the key on the spot, and I worked it out with Megan and Kat what key worked best. It ended up being quite a high key because those last notes are like D's, they're belting. And what the harmonies would be and who would be on top. Sometimes it's Megan on top, sometimes on the bottom. And I just had a glorious recording session where those 2 girls just sang this song, and you know, no one wanted to jinx anything, but we could sense, oh, this really feels good.
And now we have the glorious Robin Herder, who sings the original version as written for Marilyn, and then we have the glorious Bella Coppola, who sings the sort of standard version.
Yeah. I mean, it's different in that it's a solo now. And we had to keep that under our hats for so long because we didn't want to spoil the moment when Brooks turns to Bella and goes, Chloe,
you know the show?
And the audience goes, and it's so thrilling that we immediately said, well, we can't show Bella singing the song at all. We can't put it out, which killed her and it killed us. So we were very happy to finally get into previews where people started to
and have the cast album out with Bella singing it.
The past fades away because as of this day, Norma Jean's gone. She's moving on. Her smile and your fantasies play a duet that will make you forget where you are. The music starts playing. It's the beat of her heart saying, let me be your star. I'll just have to forget the girl I used to love. Forget poor